Hey guys, I'm Chris Dancy with Click a Shift, and I'm going to be doing my skill share with you, and it's going to be over systems thinking. So I'm going to kind of introduce the topic, then I kind of explain how it is that I'm an expert on the topic, and then provide you with some main 3 points about systems thinking. And most of what there's going to be coming from is through the E-Myth by Michael Gerber, so definitely check that out. I am going to be reading off of notes, so if I'm not looking you right in the eyes, it's because I'm reading off the notes, not because I don't like you. And like I said, here's the 3 points. Don't look yet. That's cheating. So, all right. So I'm going to start off with kind of giving you guys some examples of systems to kind of get your mind moving in the right direction and kind of seeing how important systems are. So a business process is a system, right? Yeah, it on itself is a system that acts as a part of the system, like a part of a system. And that system will be kind of the system of a business, right? And each one of the ones that each example that I'm using, is going to kind of fit in that scope. So a business system, right, is a part. So it's a system on its own, but it's also a part of that of a system of a market. So like an industry, right? And then so a market, right? Let's talk about industry, like a market in the industry, is a part of the economic system that we have. And each economic system, right, is a part of like our world system or how our government works and everything like that. And if you kind of look at the world on its own, it's a part of the solar system, right? And the solar system, like you know how big it is also a part of the entire universe, right? So it's very small, but it could also be is very huge, and that's kind of the cool thing about systems is that it's extremely small, like infinitesimal, as well as infinite. If you consider the universe to be infinite, but we're not going to make arguments about that right now. So, um, so I can kind of talk about our purpose, our job is in business and in life is to make sure each part fits properly within the system in order to provide optimal efficiency and productivity, right? Therefore, value, like the value that we provide or it is given from each system, is determined based on the system's ability to provide a return on value, right? So if it does not it is a system. It's still a system, even if the value isn't. It doesn't provide a return on value that is, I guess, more bigger than its constituents. It's still a system, but it's one that is like friction rather than more of like an accelerant. So try to avoid friction. So why is it that I'm an expert, right? So I could easily say that I'm an expert, given the fact that I've read many books on the topic. I've implemented it into my business today, and I took a whole degree. I was a philosophy major that was kind of not just based off of like what it is that you learn, but how it is and why it is that we think the way that we do. So that's in itself, more focused on systems thinking. But more importantly, I think the reason why I'm an expert is the reason why we're all experts. And that's the fact is because I too am a system, right? So I'm a system itself, and I am a part of a bigger system, but I am also a system. I am also a system in total. So like my cells working together to kind of give you guys what is Chris today. And I think we all are experts. We are just not conscious of the act of our actions and our actions abilities to bring suffering or bring prosperity. It will bring one of them. So it's not as if like whatever you do doesn't bring anything. It will bring one of them. It's just that most of the time we're just not conscious of it. So I'm trying to bring some consciousness, some awareness to the scene. And hopefully this will be able to help you bring more prosperity, not only into your life, but the life of others. So back to business. So first step is work on your business and not in it. And we can kind of explain that in the sense of, so you are not your business, right? Your business is a system, right? And you are the creator of that system, right? And one great famous quote is that you should start building a house when you finished it. Right. And what they mean by that is just that if you don't know the end results, like the reason why that's important is because if you don't know the end result of what that house is going to look like, it makes it very difficult for you to know your relation to that house being finished, so that you can kind of create a roadmap into getting the house finished. And you can think through so the most important thing is you want to be able to think through the obstacles and its implications. So if you are creating a business, and like I said, if we're using the house analogy, if you're creating a business to accomplish the goal of financial freedom, right? So like if you're wanting to build a house of financial freedom, make sure you create a position that will take your position, that you create a position that will take your position one day. So make sure, and by that we mean like if you're currently working as a salesperson, that itself is a position. You are not the sales, like you are not always going to be the salesperson. That is a position that can be taken by someone else. So continuing. Second point is get over yourself, and like you have to be willing to let someone take your position. So if you think that you yourself are integral to the system, as soon as you stop working, or as soon as you say I want to take a vacation, or as soon as you just get tired one day and you're sick and you're not able to come into work, yeah, your business stops. So you never want that to be the case. So get over yourself. You're not integral to the system. The system can operate without you. You're just one human being. You might be an intelligent one, but there are very many other intelligent people that have the skill set that are required for that position to be successful. Continuingly. Obviously, like, and for all the naysayers out there, obviously you are going to be the first. You need to be there at the beginning. You have to show up to get things moving, because it's, you might not have a lot of capital to be able to go hire somebody, and you're trying to get this idea off the ground. But always think with the end in mind. Always think about that job, that house being finished, so you can have financial freedom, so you don't stay in the job for the rest of your life, and create a job for yourself rather than a business that operates on its own. And then continuing, my last point is that every business has three parts. And most of you guys know that that's lead generation. So that's like the marketing arm, PR arm, all those different things that we know. And then you have the lead conversion. That's more of the sales, or our sales funnels that we use for our websites. Continued conversation with clients. And then you have client fulfillment. That's like the actual completion of a service or the delivering of a product. And that in itself, all that together is one business system, right? And if you put $1 in at the back, at the lead generation, let's put $1 in for marketing, you should get hopefully at least enough money to be able to cover all your costs for running that business system at the end, and hopefully have a net profit at the end. Of course you could so that's the goal. You at least want it to be 1-to-1. That's the least, but for a business to be able to scale, you want it to be able to be more than one. And then once you kind of get that and make sure that that's proper, you want to be able to scale it, because you know that you have an operating business system, but you want to also be able to innovate it constantly as well. So that's kind of all that I had for this Skillshare. I took a lot of this from the E-Myth that kind of taught me. I'm not as great of a teacher as Michael Gerber, but I would love for you guys to check him out. The book, like I said, is called E-Myth Revisited. So check that out. All right, guys. Thank you. I truly appreciate your time, and hopefully we can add some value to you. And this video that I created, hopefully it provided a return on investment for you. Thank you.